When this man was collecting honey from a mountain, he found an unusually dark honey that could be used for something very interesting. At the very top of that mountain, only a glowing purple flower could survive. When the bees went there to collect its nectar, the flower released a chemical substance that transformed the honey into what became known as mad honey. Because of that, the man would store the honey in a wooden pot, which he deliberately damaged to make it look abandoned. Then he would take the pot deep into the forest, throw it on the ground, stomp around to leave clear human footprints. Days later, when an unwanted army passed through the area and found the pot, they would assume someone had dropped the food in a moment of panic and decide to drink the honey. Almost immediately, they would notice a bitter taste caused by the flower, begin to lose their balance, and eventually collapse unconscious. When a flood invaded the city, a baby hippo was swept away and ended up being rescued by a farmer who decided to raise him as a pet without realizing the danger that would cause. Right from the start, he fed the hippo very well and even dug a lake on his farm so the animal could feel completely at ease. After some time, the hippo weighed a ton, yet he had never attacked the farmer, who would brush his teeth and even ride him as if he were a horse. The problem came one day when a man was walking near the farm, and the animal saw him from far away and immediately ran to attack. The man sprinted as fast as he could and climbed to the top of a tree while the hippo waited angrily below for him to come. Luckily, the farmer showed up with an apple and managed to convince the hippo to return to the farm, but not before hearing from the frightened man that the hippo would still cause a lot of trouble one day. And unfortunately, he was right, because 5 years after adopting the animal, the hippo had a rage episode and attacked the farmer, and he did not survive. When some people started throwing their trash in the wrong places, the government forced everyone to use transparent garbage bags, which made it possible for anyone to see what was inside, including some crows. Immediately, several crows went straight to the trash bags that had food and attacked them fiercely, tearing the bags apart and carrying food back to their chicks. After a few months, the crow population in the city tripled, and they began to build more nests using electrical wires to do so. Because of that, some areas started to lose power, and technicians were called to remove the crows. But every time they managed to drive the birds away, the crows remembered the man's face and attacked him. Later, after a few days, the crows attacked the city's subway power system, preventing it from working. And since the government wanted to keep using the transparent garbage bags, they decided to bring in a group of trained falcons, which flew over the most problematic areas and scared the crows away, allowing workers to go in and remove the nest more easily. When this asylum couldn't handle too many crazy people, a healthy man pretended to be insane just to see if the doctors would notice he was lying. Right away, he told the doctors he was hearing voices, and they immediately said he was crazy, bringing heavy medication to fix problem. But instead of taking the pills, he put them in his mouth and secretly spat them out, then started acting completely normal, walking through the halls and chatting with other patients. The problem was that the doctors thought this was a clear sign that he was insane, and they forced him to take even stronger medication. At that moment, he revealed that he was actually a doctor and said that everyone there was going to be fired. That's when the head of the asylum appeared and challenged him, asking him to send more healthy people undercover, promising they would detect every single one who wasn't crazy. He accepted the challenge, and after 1 week, the asylum reported that they had identified 40 new people who supposedly weren't insane. But when the chief proudly showed him the results, he simply replied that he hadn't sent anyone.